Good morning, good people. This is your Poolproof Wisdom moment. Let's just get this out of the way. Life is not fair. Okay, we've established it. Now the question is, what are you going to do about that? We often refer to that particular phrase because we find ourselves frustrated with the challenges that life presents to us, no matter whether they're of our own making or from outside of us through the acts and behaviors of other people. We often are just weary of everything that we have to do to simply live a decent life. And I understand that. I have found that the challenges of my life have been many and the opportunities many as well. There's not a fairness, but there's an equity to it, which means that if I'm going to accept the joyful moments, the difficult ones must be accepted as well. But the difficulties are not things that we enjoy. They're not things that we like, and certainly not things that we invite into our lives because they're tough. They're hard to get through. But it's important to remember that if you're sitting here listening to this, that 100% of all of those things that you imagined, and even the ones you did not, you've survived. That is a reason to be hopeful and to be purposeful. It's certainly what drives me when I get up every day. I don't spend so much time thinking about what's happened to me as looking forward to what I can do with the life I have remaining. Doesn't matter how many years there are. It doesn't matter if it's all going to be good or if it's all going to be challenging. What I know for sure is that I'm here and therefore I have an opportunity. But on a daily basis, there are two particular things that I do to ensure that while I accept that life is not fair, that I don't let that fact change who I am, who I'm becoming, and who I will yet be. The first one is, no matter what I've seen, no matter what I've witnessed, no matter how many times I find myself shaking my head in disbelief because of what is happening in my life and as I watch what's happening in the lives of others, I never get to the point where I become hopeless. I don't let the world and the circumstances in which we're living harden me to such an extent that I am incapable of understanding that things can be better. I'm not a negative person. I believe in being positive. And that doesn't mean being stupid. It doesn't mean ignoring what's going on around us. It simply means believing in the possibility that everything in time can improve. Certainly in my own life, I've seen that more often than I can even say. And that's the reason, no matter what, I don't care how difficult life is. I don't care how unfair it can be. What I do care about is knowing that I'm going to weather that storm and also doing what I can to help others do the same. So that's the first thing you have to do. Don't let life change you so you become this harsh, negative, cynical person who doesn't see any reason to appreciate the life you have. The second aspect of this is to always remember and never forget that you have this unique ability to get up and go forward every day because you have a purpose. Some of us are still in search of that purpose. Others of us have found it. But whatever you do, you must constantly be aware that you're not just here to take up space. You have a reason. That is your purpose. Once you find it and you connect to it, you will be able to take your life in a direction that is far different than perhaps you initially imagined. And when you do that, you find that you become a more open, more considerate, more loving, more understanding person. That's how you buffer the aspects of life that are difficult, by not letting them harden you to the extent that you are not able to be embracing of all of the wonderful things that life still offers, no matter what. And when you're capable of doing that, and when you're capable of understanding that you are able to contribute not only as someone who makes life better for other people, but in your own personal development and growth, well, that just makes it all worthwhile. And though you can still say life's not fair, you can also say, but I'm so glad I get to live mine on my own terms. And that is your Poolproof Wisdom moment for today. Find me on Spotify, on Apple and Google Podcast, Anchor.fm, and podcast platforms everywhere. Have a great weekend, everybody.